Hey, my name's Scott. Welcome to Pinnacle Poisons. And this is where I like to have a drink, but also share a drink with you. Today's poison of choice is going to be Yukon Jack. Now, I just discovered this whiskey blend not too long ago. Now, what I mean by whiskey blend is that obviously this is not wholly just one whiskey on its own. Yukon Jack actually is a Canadian blend whiskey. So, with a Canadian blend whiskey, usually that would mean that it is a blend of multiple different whiskeys distilled from Canada. However, in this case, they take it a different way. They call themselves, self-proclaimed by the company, a black sheep of Canadian blends. It is blended with a honey liqueur, which in many ways is very unique. I am very fascinated with blends, and blends currently for the years 2020 and now this year 2021 are on a rise in many different fronts. So I'm very curious where this goes. Now, as you can see on the bottle, it obviously says 100 proof, and it says only the strong survive. Sadly, I wasn't able to find a whole lot more information on the company as of yet online. The only thing I could find is that currently, as they started to move stateside, they were bought by the Sazerac company. But I'm going to go ahead and pour this, and we'll take a look at it. At the same time, I have another variety of their flavors known as the Yukon Jack Honey, and we'll do a little quick comparison between the two. Right now, as you can tell, I've already enjoyed some of this, and so some of the original recipe, and I'm pretty sure you're all going to like it as well. So, we'll go ahead and pour ourselves a little bit of the original. This is not, obviously, an official Glencairn glass for doing tasting notes, but quite honestly, if you've seen other channels that do reviews and such, tulip-shaped glasses are actually really good for doing tasting notes in general. This is the Yukon Jack Honey. About an ounce, a little bit more, right next to it. That way we can get a color comparison as well. They are both 100 proof, so that means 50% alcohol, 50% ABV. And if you take a look at the color, they're similar. In my visual opinion, I think the honey flavor, which is right here on this side, is just a little bit more of an amber color versus the original recipe, which is a little bit more of a paler straw yellow. Now, what was nice about having these tulip-shaped glasses is that chemically this allows the vapors to come up to where you can actually do a nosing better. So I can smell Canadian whiskey, which is your typical straight flavors of a little bit of caramel, a little bit of vanilla, but where this is blended with a honey liqueur, I can smell light honey. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick sip. Yeah, I can definitely taste just light hits of honey. Honestly, a little bit of a lemon zest. And not really any vanilla, not really any barrel notes on there. And not a whole lot of heat from the alcohol level as well. Now, to do a comparison along with the Yukon Jack Honey, not a whole lot of difference in the nose. Quite honestly, I mean, it just smells sweeter. Really good. Super sweet. A whole lot more honey in comparison to the original, which makes sense. If they were going to shoot for something that has more honey liqueur, they definitely succeeded with their honey variety. The only other tasting note difference that I can tell is that this one reminds me a little bit more of the honey that you get straight from a honeysuckle, for whatever reason. It doesn't taste like typical store-bought clover honey. This one tastes a little bit more green. So, from what I can tell, the only real big differences in taste on this is that this one's sweeter, a little bit more honey in the flavor, and quite honestly, a different type of a honey flavor. Whereas the original honey reminds me of store-bought clover honey that you can get here in the States. This one reminds me of more of a honey that I would get if I was just plucking honeysuckles off the vine. I don't know why, it just tastes a little bit more green, but that's just my palate. You might taste a little different, and I'd be curious to find out if you all do your own comparisons. Put it down in the comments and tell me what you find on your own in differences. About everything else is the same, and the finish, really short, just nice, simple, sweet. Almost an artificial sweetener. Maybe kind of like if you ever had the candy lemon heads. They kind of like that little artificial sugar, lemony zest on your tongue. And that's really about it. I'd be really curious to find out more about Yukon Jack. It was actually a really nice surprise that for just the rise in blends right now, that this was very easily accessible. And really, I really like it myself. There's a couple of cocktails I'd be interested in doing, and there's actually 2 more flavors I'd be interested to get once I can find them. One is called the Yukon Jack Fire and the Yukon Jack Apple. Now, once I find those, probably we'll do a comparison of all 4. But right now, this is what the original and the honey are like. And, well, I hope so far you've liked your first video review of a couple of whiskeys that I personally enjoy. I've tried a couple of different things to get my opinion out there, but this so far has been, I think, the most natural and what I'm going to like the best at Pinnacle Poisons. I'm going to do more drink reviews, but with that, I'm honestly going to expand. I'll probably do cocktails, and I'll probably do other blends, and maybe another couple more ideas that I'll brainstorm with the community about. Y'all can put down ideas in the comments below for me. That'd be great. I hope you all come back. I'm wanting to make this a very casual space to where everyone feels comfortable with sharing ideas and their honest opinions about what they like to drink. Because quite honestly, you're spending your money on a good quality drink. I want you to enjoy what you're drinking at Pinnacle Poisons. So, put down your experiences for Yukon Jack and Yukon Jack Honey or any other whiskeys that you like in the comments below. Put in any suggestion you'd like. This is a new experience for me and maybe a new experience for some of you. Besides that, I guess I'll see you next time. Till then, have a drink yourself and share a drink with your friends. Take care.